Hi folks, I hope that you guys are doing pretty well. Yeah, so today is Thursday, the 25th of April 2024. This video is going to be my 57th World Force Biblical Deciphering. And in today's video, I'm going to decipher for you Psalms 95 to 100, okay? So if we go to the following page here, Psalm 96, 97, 98, 99 and 100. Okay, now sorry that I have my Bible all scribbled up. I just this is the Bible that I use for all my biblical decipherings, so it's actually my working Bible. Now first up, I just want to make it very clear from the beginning that Psalms 95 to 100 are actually all Millennial Kingdom Psalms. In other words, they all belong during the Millennial Kingdom reign of Jesus. Okay, and therefore these are rather all Millennial Kingdom prophecies. Now, I'm not going to be going through, word by word or verse by verse on these 5 Psalms from 95 to 100 because it will make for a very long video, but I'm going to point out key verses and words, if you like, that actually confirm that these Psalms, 95 to 100, okay, one at a time, of course, that these are all Millennial Kingdom Psalms under the reign of Jesus, okay? So to start with on Psalm 95, so what notes do I have here for you, okay? That tells us that the context is actually for the Millennial Kingdom. Now, if we read verse 2, what we did at the moment, it says, let us come before his presence. Now, let us is plural. It's not only just the Jewish people in the Millennial Kingdom, but it also includes the heathen or all the nations. Now, the verse that really confirms that this is actually a Millennial Kingdom psalm is actually verse 3, okay? I put in inverted commas here, and a great king. When can Jesus be a great king? During the Millennial Kingdom, okay? Now, why? Don't forget that the Jewish people rejected their king Jesus during his first advent or coming under the law, okay? So it's actually these two verses here, verse 2 and 3, I've got it here, highlighted here like that with a red arrow, that actually these two verses set up the context for the Millennial Kingdom, okay? So let us go and see verse 2 and 3 on Psalm 95. Okay, it says here, let us come before his presence. So I said to you before, when can all of us come before Jesus' presence, with thanksgiving? Of course, this can only happen during the Millennial Kingdom, with both the Jewish people and the nations. That includes all of us. They let us here can worship God, okay? Verse 3 then, is the real verse here that gives clear evidence that this is a Millennial Kingdom psalm, because the only time in which Jesus can be a great king is actually during the Millennial Kingdom, okay? For the Lord is a great God and a great king above all gods. And, like I just said to you before, don't forget that Jesus can only be, the great king, if you like, during the Millennial Kingdom because, the Jewish people rejected the king under the law. So therefore, Psalm 95 cannot belong under the law, because the only time that Jesus can be the great king is during the Millennial Kingdom. So Psalm 95 then, folks, is a Millennial Kingdom psalm under the reign of Jesus, okay? Now, let us move now to Psalm 96, okay? Now, so what verses tells us the Psalm 96, or confirm, if you like, that it's actually a Millennial Kingdom psalm as well? Now, verses 1, 10, and 13. Now, verse 1 says, sing unto the Lord all the earth. Okay, so when can all of us, the Jewish people and the heathen, sing unto the Lord? When? During the Millennial Kingdom. So verse 1 actually sets up the context, okay? Sets up the context for the Millennial Kingdom, okay? So if we read here verse 1, oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Okay. Now, verses 10, if we turn over the page, okay, verses 10 and 13, then truly confirm that, this is a Millennium Kingdom Psalm. Look what it says in verse 10. Say among the heathen or the nations, if you like, that are there with Jesus during the Millennium Kingdom, that the Lord reigneth. Okay, so when can the Lord reigneth during the Millennium Kingdom? Okay, so say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth the world. Okay, this can only happen during the Millennium Kingdom. Also shall be established, and it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. So the only way that Jesus can do this, okay, be the righteous judge of the world, is during the Millennial Kingdom. And then verse 13, before the Lord, before he cometh, when is he coming? For the millennial, for he cometh to judge the earth. He's doing this during the Millennial Kingdom. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth. Okay, so this then confirms these verses that Psalm 96 is for the Millennial Kingdom. Also, Psalm 97, it's a short one. It's actually a Millennial Kingdom Psalm. Okay, so I'm going to show you on my notes here what proves this. Okay, so verse 1 is actually setting up the context. It says, the Lord reigneth, let the earth rejoice. So when can the Lord reigneth? During the Millennial Kingdom. Okay, and then verse 12 says, rejoice in the Lord. When can this happen? During the Millennial Kingdom. So let's look at these verses. In 97 verse 1, okay, the Lord reigneth. This can only happen during the Millennial Kingdom. Let the earth rejoice. So this includes the Jewish people and the heathen. Okay, let the multitude of isles be glad thereof. And then if we look at verse 12, okay, rejoice in the Lord, you righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. Okay, so the only time that the whole world can rejoice in the Lord, or the earth if you like, is during the Millennial Kingdom. Okay, so Psalm 97 is a Millennial Kingdom Psalm. Alright, now Psalm 98. Now what confirms that Psalm 98 is also a Millennial Kingdom? Well, actually verse 9, if you like, it's actually the verse that gives the evidence that it's a Millennial Kingdom Psalm, where it tells us that the whole context for the Millennium, where it says, for he cometh to judge the earth. Okay, so then on Psalm 98, okay, you can read the whole context, okay, but what gives it away that it's a Millennial Kingdom Psalm is actually the last verse here on verse 9, where it says, before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. When can this happen? During the Millennial Kingdom. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Okay, so this is what proves that verse 9, if you like, that the whole context of Psalm 98 is actually a Millennial Kingdom Psalm, if you like. Okay, but you have to actually read the last verse. Now Psalm 99 is also a Millennial Kingdom Psalm, like I got here, but there's actually quite a few verses, if you like, that tells us the context, or to set up the context, to tells us that it's actually a Millennial Kingdom Psalm. So verse 1, I got an inverted commas here, the Lord reigneth. Okay, so when can the Lord reign? During the Millennial Kingdom. So verse 1 is setting up the context for the millennial. Verse 2, the Lord is great in Zion. Okay, so Jesus, reigning in the third temple. Okay, and he's high above all the people. When can this happen? During the Millennial Kingdom. Okay, so if we look at verses 1 and 2, okay, it sets up the context for the millennial. Okay, the Lord reigneth. When is he going to do that? Like I just said, during the Millennial Kingdom. The Lord is great in Zion. Okay, he's going to, the third temple is going to be there. He's going to be reigning in Zion, for he's high above all the people. Okay, so and then verse 3, if you like, the king's strength also loveth judgment, though thou dost establish equity, thou executest judgment and righteousness in Jacob. Again, this can only happen during the Millennium Kingdom. Okay, so if you like the first three verses, set up the context that all of Psalm 99, if you like, are actually Millennium Kingdom Prophecies, or it's actually a Millennium Kingdom Psalm. And last one, Psalm 100, a really short one, but verses 1 and 4 actually prove that this is actually a Millennium Kingdom Psalm. So for my notes, then verse 1, the context is actually setting up for the Millennial Kingdom, where it says here, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all you lands. Okay, all you lands means, the heathen and also the Jewish people. So when can this happen? During the Millennial Kingdom. And then verse 4, it says here, enter into his gates with thanksgiving. In other words, the third temple. Okay, so if we go here to Psalm 100, a short one, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all you lands. Okay, this includes everyone, the Jewish people, plus the heathen or the nations. Okay, and verse 4 here, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. Okay, so of course, Jesus here ruling, in the Millennial Kingdom, in the third temple, if you like. So, this confirms that Psalm 100 then is actually a Millennial Kingdom Psalm. So, I could do a lot more, folks, but it would take for a long video and things like that. So yeah, Anyway, folks, I hope that I can give you some hints. When you study the Psalms, especially with my notes, if you can learn from my methods, okay, how I decipher things, okay, hunting for clues and things like that, when things can happen and so on. Then when you study, the Psalms, then, you should be able to know, if you like, if you ask yourself questions and things like that, you should be able to know when can these Psalms come to pass, in which dispensation, okay? Alright, folks, without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.